Artemis Oracle doing your reading today. So I'm going to be answering yes or no questions for subscribers. Hey Hera, how are you? Oh, hi Divya, how are you? Welcome back. It's so good to see both of you here. Hold on, I got to change this to subscriber mode. Okay. Put it for 10 minutes. Okay, so I hope both of you are doing well. Happy Monday. Thank you for stopping by. So you know the drill with the yes or no questions. If there aren't any questions, then I will just do a general reading. I bought a couple of, I have my 2 tarot decks with me. Then I got some oracle cards to use as well. So if anybody has a question, you could put it now in the chat. It has to be a yes or no question. Okay. Just mix it up. Okay. Does anybody have a question? Because I could just go into a reading, a general reading. We could go into the Dead Inside deck. It's an oracle deck. I find it funny. We could go into that and see what comes out. If anyone's new here, my name is Tan. I'm Artemis Oracle. I'm a tarot and oracle card reader. I answer yes or no questions for subscribers only. So, since so far I see 3 people, but no questions. So I'm just gonna get started with a general reading then, so that I have something up. General reading for the collective, serving these guides. What messages does the collective need to know at this time? That's for the highest and greatest good. Okay, I have to scroll down. Okay. All right, I see questions. Sorry. Okay, it didn't go down. All right, so the first question I have, I'm doing well, Divya. Thank you for greeting me and asking how we're doing. Hi, Priya. Hope everything is well with you. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Priya. So I'm going to answer Divya's question, then yours, Priya. All right. Let me see Divya's. Divya, I want to know, how old are you? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes, like, that question is, I'm not going to answer your question, Cupcake, because you didn't even greet me. So that's like common courtesy. You're supposed to say, at the very least, say hello to whoever's answering your questions. And you just post your question without a greeting. So that's a little rude. So Divya, your question is, it makes me wonder, how old are you? Because if you're an adult, you should be able to make your own life decisions now. Okay, so I'm gonna answer Priya's question. Okay, well, the new person coming into Priya's life in June, till June, now it's June. A new person coming into Priya's life till June is gonna be worth her energy, yeah. With a new person, it said no. You gotta know, Priya. I don't know if it's because this person is not being honest with something. It's not being honest with you, because the Ace of Swords, it has to do with a new beginning. But it's a new clarity, new understanding. You know, but this is in the reverse. So I don't know if there's someone not being honest, if someone's keeping something to themselves. I don't know if this person has a family. So if you get the inkling that someone may be involved with something, that they have things going on the side, I would say beware of that. I think you should be able to, you'll be able to sense that, you know, if they're not as available when you contact them, they only contact you within certain time frames. They take long to respond, or, you know, like look at certain things, but it's looking like a no. And I think there might be a little bit of, there may be deception. It could even be a small lie. But the thing is, to have a new connection, there should be clarity, honesty, no deception, anything on the table. It should be a clear blank slate, you know, because you are getting to know each other. So there shouldn't be any lying in the beginning. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, Priya. Okay. So let me go back up. So Cupcake. Oh, Lord. Oh, Divya. Okay. Well, are you an adult, though? Let me see. Because if you're under 18, I don't know how it works in your country, but, you know, typically people start making their own decisions when they're not in their parents' home. Or they're not financially dependent on their parent, you know, like when they're able to be independent, you know what I mean? Making their own decisions that way. So, but let's see. Oh, you're still young, Divya. Oh my gosh. You're too young to be on my channel, Divya. You're too young. It's supposed to be 18 and older, you know? Even 18-year-olds sometimes don't make decisions for themselves. You know? So I think it's a matter of when you're ready to start making those decisions, then that's a conversation you need to have with your parents. A tarot card isn't going to tell you. You're still young and you're still growing and you're still learning. Okay, Divya? So you have to be patient with the process. When you become an adult and you have to make decisions, you're going to be like, damn, I should have let my parents decide everything, because you're going to get overwhelmed. It's going to get crazy. You're going to get stressed. You're going to be like, I wish I was living in my parents' house, you know, if, you know, they make life easy for you. If life ends up being hard when you're an adult, you know. So don't rush growing up, okay? Like enjoy this time, you know, but I know what you want. You want your independence. You want to be able to make some decisions for yourself. So, that's a conversation you need to have with your parents. And I say that out of respect as a parent myself. I don't want to interfere with their parenting, but I understand how you feel, that you want to be independent and make decisions for yourself, because you have an idea of what will make you happy. Okay, so I'm going to answer Cupcake's question. Will Mahir text Yashika this week? Will Mahir text Yashika this week? Will Mahir text Yashika this week? Ooh, it's looking like a no, and I don't know if he's dealing with other people. And I don't want to put anything in your head, but the Page of Wands is kind of like someone who doesn't really take things seriously because they're kind of young. Maybe right now they're just maybe immature, you know? So it's looking like a no for now. Cupcake, I'm sorry. I don't know. I saw the King of Knight of Cups in the bottom. I don't know if right now they're not in a really good headspace. Maybe they're being immature. They just want to have fun, not really being serious. But there could be communication coming up later on. Maybe later on. But this week it's saying no. I hope that helps, Cupcake. Okay, I see. I'm gonna answer Aina's question first, then I'll answer yours, Priya. So hi, Aina, how are you? But did you say hi to me, Aina? You didn't even say hi to me. What is it with people not saying hello? That's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum, you know? Okay, so sis Aina, yeah, let's see. Hi Tandika, how are you? Tandika, I'm only answering yes or no questions. So I'm gonna answer Priya's question now. Will she meet her long-term partner this year? Will Priya 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 meet her long-term partner this year? Okay. I don't think those cards matter. Because the one that popped out. Okay. It's the first one that popped out. You have a yes. It's saying yes. What I think, it might be somebody that you may not even think would be the person that you would be long-term, or it could be someone that at first you're not interested in them. But it's saying yes, and this person, is emotionally open. Like they're going to be expressive with the Page of Cups being at the bottom, but it's saying yes. Hopefully, you probably be like, not even paying attention, they come along, or they try to give you something, you're like, I don't know if I want that, I hope that helps Priya. Okay. Okay. Will Jemmy unblock Tandika soon? You're welcome, Cookie. Just say hello. That's like the bare minimum. Okay. That's all that they need to do. Will Jimmy unblock Tandika soon? Tandika. Will Jimmy unblock Tandika soon? It's saying yes. You got a yes. It's saying yes. Yeah. Yeah, you got two yeses. There's going to be communication. You're going to be communicating soon. But I don't know what happened with you and them, but like if there was an argument or something, be very grounded. Don't get very anxious or emotional in the conversation. Just be very grounded. Someone has to be grounded. Someone has to be honest. But it's saying yes. Jimmy will block you soon, Tandika. Okay, let's see. It's okay. Okay, Aina. Okay. Okay. Will Aina meet someone soon? Okay, I had to put this disclaimer now that I know. You have to be 18 and older for me to read for you. So, because you're still young and you still have a lot of stuff going on. And just so everybody knows, this is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, tarot does not dictate your life decisions, no matter how old you are, whether you're 5 years old, 17 years old, or 1,000 years old, So you make your own life decisions, or you make choices for yourself. These cards don't make decisions for you. You do, or depending on your age, your parents do, because you're supposed to be 18 and older to be on my channel. Okay, so will Aina meet someone soon? Will Aina meet someone soon? Will Aina meet someone soon? I'm only answering yes or no. I'm not doing predictive readings. Will Aina meet someone soon? Because I didn't get any time frames for you, Priya. It's saying no, Aina, and I think there might be some things that you need to address in your personal life before you even consider being in opening up for a relationship. I don't know if there's stuff going on at home or within you or with, you know, like with family or friends or something. So that's, or internally, like, I don't know if you have a lot of stuff going on that's conflicting or you have a lot of responsibilities. But it's saying no because there seems to be like a lot of things that may get in the way of it. So you will know exactly what that means for you. I hope that helps. Okay, so I answered that. I answered that. Priya. Okay. I'm only answering yes or no questions. I'm not doing monthly predictions or anything because I didn't get any prediction. For June, I said that the person... Okay, so that's a better question. I'll answer that. Is the long-term person coming after June? Is the long-term going to come after June? Will Priya meet the long-term person after June? Will Priya meet the long-term person after June? It's saying no. It's saying no. Yeah, no, you got two no's. No. It's not after June. Okay. All right, answer. I don't know if somebody's gonna come and you might reject them. That might be because somebody gotta, I don't remember anymore. So I'm gonna answer Aina's question and then I'm gonna stop answering questions. All right, will the person who has interest in Aina express their feelings to her? Will the person? It's saying yes. It's saying yes. Yeah. It's saying yes. I feel like they have to close something out. There may be something that's ending in their life, in their personal life, that needs to close out before they come forward, because this is more like the future. This is coming then. You know, I'm reading questions. Hi, Cave Ranger, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. I hope everything is going well for you. So, the thing is, I'm reading for a bunch of people, and then I'm reading basically the similar questions. So I can't remember who got the 4 cups and then the Page of Cups. And I think that was you, Priya. And if it was you, I said that you might reject the person. You know, it might be somebody that you won't even give a chance because you probably aren't paying attention because the 4 cups is that, you know, it could be a missed opportunity for you, you know? And the thing is, there's more to life than love, please, ladies, okay? It's not always about a man. We got to stop doing that to ourselves, you know? There's more to life than a man coming back to us, or a woman coming back to us, or somebody texting us and ending no contact. There's more to life than that, you know? I'm gonna be honest because I'm getting the same questions over and over again. And that's what's kind of making me not want to do these yes or no questions anymore, because it's like repetitive. Like somebody keeps asking, is this person gonna contact me? All the time. And I'm just like, if I was that person, I might not want to contact you because you're constantly checking. There's more to life, you know, than a man or a woman wanting you, you know, or wanting to talk to you. Okay. I'm doing okay, Cave Ranger. I'm in the conference room and it's so hot in here. I need an AC. Because there's no air conditioning now because the weather, and you know how it is in New York, Cave. You know how it's been hot and cold and winter and spring and then summer, you know? It's been crazy. Okay. I hope so far. Okay, that's good. Everything's good for you. Good. Good. I haven't seen you in a while since you got your job. Okay, I'm gonna do a general reading now. Let's see. I got the Dead Inside deck. Hello, good luck. Happy holidays to you and your family as well. The Dead Inside deck. Let's see what messages the collective has to give. What messages does the collective have for the collective? I don't want to be judgy because, you know, like, I know for me, I would love to meet somebody, you know. I mean, I've met people, but some of them are not ready for relationships. And then now I'm like, am I ready for a relationship, you know? But then I'm like, there's so many other things I can do, you know? Like I was talking about, you know, we spend our life wanting to pay bills or having to pay bills, going to work, pay bills. And I think there's more to life than that. You know, we should be chasing after like the things that we want to do, like traveling and spending time with our friends and family, enjoying life, essentially. Yeah, it was cold this morning. Like when I went to get breakfast, I left my jacket in the office and I just went outside with, you know, the shirt and a scarf. And I was like, okay, maybe this wasn't a good idea. But it was fast, but it was cold. Okay. This message, can't sleep, might spiral, overthinking, emotional overload. So I don't know if some of you are in this place where you have been emotionally overwhelmed, been overthinking. I don't know if you're stressed out, having trouble sleeping, falling asleep, constantly waking up. I know that was me this week. I mean, with the full moon. I know the full moon, as we like to say, had me all kinds of fucked up. Like I was not sleeping well. So let's see. But some of you may be overthinking, just have so many things to do, maybe emotionally overwhelmed, have maybe suffering from anxiety or stress. Then reading old texts like a novelist, sentimentality, cringe, obsession. So I don't know if some of you are spending, like if you like, I know people ask about no contact situations and stuff, but yeah, it's like that. I know, like me, I've been doing the lives and leaving like close to 9 p.m. and going home. And then having to wait to take a shower and all that stuff. And then I end up staying up later than I need to. So I know that has been affecting my sleep too. So I don't know, some of you are spending the night looking at your phone, looking at old messages, old pictures, looking at somebody. Oh, my I'm on my break, sir, so we'll talk later. Um, some of you may be feeling sentimental. Some of you may be even stressed out by what you're seeing, rereading in your messages, possibly like trying to read between the lines. Hi, Avir, how are you? Hi, Nishi, how are you? So right now I'm doing a general reading. Yeah, I'm doing a general reading right now. So I'll see if I have time to answer questions if you have any. It was a closure, open ending, unanswered emotional hangover. Could be that. Some of you may have ended communication with somebody, or, you know, you think it's over, but it's not. You're looking at the text and you're like, okay, well, the person didn't say that we're not going to stop talking, or, you know, like you're overthinking, overanalyzing messages, maybe a bit obsessively, and that could be causing the emotional overwhelm too. So it's like, there might be, you know, some of you might need to chill with that. I've been guilty of that, so I understand. I'm not better than you, because I've done the same thing too. No, AK Ranger, but thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 40s. It's like I started doing what I love, which is this, late. Wait, how old was I when I got my first tarot deck? It was 2022 when I got my first tarot deck. So that was the last year I was in my 30s. Okay. Okay, so let's go into the unspoken truth, because this is looking like, wait, let me see. I know this deck isn't only about love. Okay, it isn't only about love, because I was like, I know that. So let's see. I want to see what the unspoken truth is in this situation. Okay, I erased every trace of you except in my mind. Okay, so some of you, okay, this is weird. Are some of you trying to recover old messages, old text messages that you may have deleted? Like that you may have deleted, thrown away, discarded? Pictures too? Some of you trying to do that? But it could be this person or you that has deleted every trace. But they can't. Someone can't get their mind off someone, off of their person, or yeah. What else? Tell me more. Okay, can you still trust them? Can you still trust them? I don't know if there was something like, okay, one thing that came to my mind was like, did some of you find out somebody was messaging another person? So that's like a side message. I don't know if some of you may be, okay, looking at messages that this person possibly sent to somebody else, because I know people do that. They spy, they get into people's phones, and they take screenshots and stuff like that, and then they start pouring over everything. Hi, Shantae, how are you? Hi, Rose Ellen. Hi, Rose Ellen. Oh my gosh, can you still trust them? I don't know if this is someone that you thought about marrying, who proposed to you, or you were married to. You were in a commitment with, because I see the ring there. Can you still trust them? Can you still trust them? I don't know if somebody got caught doing something that they weren't supposed to do, or you wouldn't want them to be doing. If fate brought us together, why won't it let us be? So it seems like this connection has a lot. If there was some, what I'm getting is if this is a connection where you're no longer talking, it most likely is a no contact situation. If some of you are not talking, it seems like you may feel like you're destined to be with a specific person. However, it seems like there's a lot of things that are interfering with your connection. I don't know if the issue of trust is one of the reasons, or if someone is just rehashing the past. If someone constantly bringing up the past, not allowing things to lay things lay things to rest, not allowing things to lay to rest. I can't talk. I'm doing good. Thank you, Shantae. Yeah, so I feel like some of you, like reading old texts, I don't know if this is you constantly or them. It could be either one of you. Someone is like rehashing old stuff, and that could be what's interfering with the connection, you know? And maybe someone just, with this, I erased every trace of you except in my mind. It's like, that is like saying this person, like, possibly deleted messages, deleted photos, deleted every trace of you, or this could be you. However, the memories keep rehashing. It could be the rehashing in your mind too. But there's this thing about trust. I don't know if someone did something for you, or you did something that made trust an issue. And that could be what's blocking the connection. It could be past insecurities. We were supposed to be us, not just you and me. We're supposed to be us, not just you and me. So that seems to be a lot of division. There really isn't any collaborative effort. If you were together, it was like, I do my thing, you do your thing, and then we keep doing our own thing, but we're not really together. Or there hasn't really been much effort put in the connection with that card. And then if love had a weight, would you still carry it? So are there still feelings there? You know, are there still feelings between you and this person? If you had the opportunity to get back with this person, would you? Or would you allow, you know, would you want to try again? But if you're willing to try again, are you willing to leave the past in the past and move forward? Because I don't know if that was an issue. There's a fly around here. Someone's buying. Someone's just definitely not being able to rest. Emotional hangover unanswered. So, I don't know, some of you have, I don't know if this is it too, because another thing popped up in my mind. Did some of you send a message to someone and they didn't answer? And that's why you keep looking at your phone. You keep looking at the messages. You keep rereading it because you're trying to understand, okay, I said this, but how come they're not responding? Did I say something wrong? That's something to consider. Let me see what time it is, because, yeah, that's something to consider. All right. Okay, Cave. Oh my God. It's like that sometimes. I know people make a lot of jokes, even the people that are like in their 20s. They're like, I'm old. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be old. Keep saying that. Because they're like, oh, my bones are cracking. And I'm like, why are they saying this? They're on the internet too much. They're claiming to be old before they actually get old. And with whatever the hell old means nowadays, right? Shit, I'm trying to be as flexible as I can be, you know? Yesterday I went out for a walk and, you know, I did a yoga stretch. It was very simple because I couldn't go down to the floor. So it was a lot of like, you know, side bends and stuff like that. But it felt so good. Maybe you need to do that, Cave Ranger. Do some stretches, you know? Add some more spring in your snap. So you don't snap the bones. Okay, so I got the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, those cards came out fast. Got the Knight of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Someone's watching. I don't know, someone's watching, spying with the Page of Swords at the bottom. And if that's the case, this person, I don't know, somebody's wanting to take a chance. Or, you know what? I think someone's taking their sweet time because we saw this. It wasn't closure. So I think that some of you, there is unfinished business. But whoever you're dealing with, they're taking their sweet time. They don't feel any need to rush after you if you've walked away from them, or you may feel like this. You don't feel like you have to rush after anybody. Or this could be the advice, you know, maybe, or this could be like you having that sudden realization that maybe you need to turn your back on something because the writing's on the wall. You're seeing things very clearly with the Queen of Swords energy, and it's time for you to walk away, to move on and not consider this. And it may have been a slow process for you. Some of you, this may have been a realization that's taking you some time because maybe, like I said, you've been overthinking, and the advice could be to now like ground yourself emotionally, ground yourself mentally, and look at what is coming up. The questions you need to ask yourself: can you trust this person? If this person was to return, will you take them back? Is there a truth that needs to be spoken? You know, is this relationship something that you want to revisit? Especially if they or you keep reading old texts, keep looking at the memories, being nostalgic and stuff, you know. But there is somebody watching. I don't know if some of you are dealing with Taurus, earth sign energy, or air sign energy, but we also have fire sign energy showing up. So we have air, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Earth sign could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we have fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So those could be some signs. So we have the King of Wands. We also have the King of Cups too. So I don't know if any of you, this is any of your signs, you know, but I see it could be a same-sex situation because we have two kings here, but there is one queen, you know. And sometimes the Queen of Swords can be a bitch, you know. So I don't know if there was some sort of communication that like just cut off. Maybe something was said harshly and that caused somebody to move away. There could have been some deception too, where there needs to be clarity and truth coming forward. But it's like someone's watching. I don't know if any of you have options too. Some of you may have two people who may be interested in you, or three people. No, I think it's two other people outside of this person that may be interested in you, regardless of your gender. There could be two women or two men that may be interested in you, regardless if you're into men or women, you know, whatever your preference is or your attraction is too. But it could be somebody is observing, trying to figure out, trying to discern what type of action they need to take. Should they come in hot and heavy like the King of Wands, or should they come forward like the King of Cups, emotional, you know, loving, caring, you know? So they're trying to figure out which approach they may want to take, especially if they are coming after you. But this is that could be one of the reasons why there's not so much movement. And this person may be, like I said, maybe observing, you know? Maybe they are observing you interacting with other people. And they're not willing to take the risk and come forward and be a fool, you know, because this was in a reverse. But the king, all these cards were in the reverse, you know? So I don't know if somebody was being emotionally manipulative, maybe in their ego, and not wanting to see things clearly. And that's why there has been no movement, you know, no one willing to make a risk, willing to take a leap of faith. So that could be the reason why there has been a lot of stagnancy in whatever your situation is after someone walked away. But the fact is, there needs to be communication, there needs to be truth, there needs to be clarity if there was any confusion. And if it is, the relationship is meant to end, then that conversation is either going to end the relationship or it's going to be something that brings you together, you know, especially if there was an issue of trust, if something came up about trust. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the reading there. And then, let me see, do I have time to? I got 11 minutes. So if anybody has a yes or no question, thank you, Cave Ranger. I hope you have a good day at work. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate you, Shantae, for always showing up. Always showing up. I appreciate everybody for showing up, you know, but I appreciate some people more because they're always showing up, you know, to support me. I really appreciate you. And I know somebody's birthday's coming soon. Somebody's birthday's coming soon. So if anybody has a yes or no question they'd like to ask, you may do so. I only have I have a little bit of time left before my wrong box. Is this the wrong box? Yeah. Do you have anything planned for your day, Shantae? Yes, Wednesday. I remember. And it's so funny. I found out 2 other people's birthdays on the same day as yours. Because their birthday was in my head last week. I was like, April 8th, April 8th. I was like, I know that's Shantae's birthday, but why is that number in my head? I had to ask a friend and he let me know, oh, that's my sister's birthday. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. All your freebies? What do you mean? I know, I think we talked about this, like we take the day off for our birthday. Nice. Do you have a question you'd like to ask? Hi, Teresa, how are you? See, I didn't call you Tracy. I want to know who the hell's Tracy. You're home right now? I don't know. I see a game and I'm thinking I auto-corrected for home. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, so you're like me? You're like Ulta and Sephora? I have a Starbucks near me, but I don't really go to where they have it. Well, there's Starbucks where another place, but. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I'm signed up. But the thing is, my birthday is in November, so I have to wait till the end of the year. And last year, I think it was, what did I get? It was Makeup by Mario, lip liner and lip gloss set. I ended up giving that to my my friend's daughter. I was like, shit. I don't think he's going to be taking her to Sephora anytime soon, so let her have this. Let her have this freebie. And plus, she's lighter skinned than me, so it wouldn't have looked good on me, I think. Hi, Pri, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be ending, so do you have a question, Pri? Does anybody have a question? Because my lunch break ends at 3 p.m. Eastern time, so I have to leave soon. Do you have a question? Good. Okay, let me know what your question is. It's a yes or no question, though. It's going to be yes or no. Yes. Yes or no. Okay. I see Shantae's question. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck. I hope you have a wonderful day too. Okay, Shantae. Will Shantae's business be successful? You got 3 cards, but the first one I feel like it's saying no, right? But I think this is more like advice, something to look out for. It's important for you to make very grounded decisions. Don't rush into anything, make quick decisions, like review things. If there's any contracts, agreements that you have to sign, any documentation, just make sure that you're taking your time to fill those out and and agreements, make sure you read them before signing, right? So this is like, to me, is advice, but it's saying yes, because you have 2 yeses. So it's something that, you're going to be very focused and dedicated, but I would say, beware of, don't allow yourself to get, there may be some hiccups too, that may come up that may try to deter you. They may deter you, but it's the cards in the upright. So there may be some hiccups, but it's just like, keep going. That's normal to, there may be certain things that may be disappointing as you're going through the process of starting your own business. But it's like, just as long as you remain focused on whatever your business is on, just being very focused and dedicated, Don't lose sight of the reason why you want to create this business too. Okay, because even if you do face some hiccups or disappointments, they're supposed to be teachable moments for you, for you to overcome. But I feel like this right here, the first thing that popped in my mind was be careful with like contracts, agreements, signing things, and also not rushing. Don't rush. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. Because it's businesses, in order for them to start to build wealth and like for you to see that it is successful, it takes time and it takes patience, but it also takes your dedication, But I feel like that's what this card is more than anything. I hope that helps, Shantae. Oh my gosh, look, you got the King of Pentacles. This is about abundance, success, groundedness. I feel like if this is something that you really, really are passionate about, and you heed the advice that the cards are saying, I think that you will be very successful in your business, But just don't be too hard on yourself if you have those little hiccups. The teachable moments are going to teach you something. You're going to learn how to work around them or how to work through them, whatever those issues that may come up. Okay. Oh, I don't go on live on the Saturday or Sunday. I'm only live on Monday through Friday. Sometimes Wednesday, though, sometimes, not always Wednesday, but let's see. You're going to be the last question because my break ends. So you're welcome, Shantae. Let's see. Will Tushar approach Pri again? It wouldn't even let me. It said yes. It's saying yes, but you got this 10 of Swords, which is like not the greatest card. So I don't know what kind of conversation you're going to have, if it's going to be something that ends a conflict or it's going to be the end of the relationship, So it could be anything with the 10 of Swords. But it's a yes, since it's upright, but there may be some sort of closure in a cycle. And it may be, maybe with this coming out, the 8 of Wands, it could be like forward momentum, but I don't know if it's like a forward momentum where the relationship has ended and now you have to look forward to the future for yourself and start making moves, or if it's a matter of things starting to speed up within the relationship after you get over whatever the issue was. I hope that helps. I hope that helps you. Okay, so I'm gonna end the live right now because I have to go. I really rewind. I really appreciate everybody for joining, subscribing, liking, sharing, and allowing me to read for you. Sometimes it gets a little stressful, but certain people don't stress me out. And I'm so happy that all of you, trust in me to answer your questions. And yeah, so hopefully you can move past it, Pri, because that could be what the 10 of Swords is. You could be moving past that and then blank slate moving. Hopefully it works out for you, Pri. So I wish everybody a wonderful day. Thank you again for stopping by. And if you want me to read your question, a yes or no question later on today, I already scheduled a live to be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want, you can join me then. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed and you want me to answer a question, I would So I will suggest you subscribe now so that as soon as the live is on, you'll be able to answer your question. Get your question answered as soon as possible instead of waiting like 10 or 20 minutes. Okay, so have a nice day, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And if I don't see you later on, I hope to see you again another time. Take care. Bye. Thank you, Free. Thank you, Shanti.